Hi, everyone. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. Today is Thursday, so we're a week out of our new normal here on the new normal. Last week, Johnny and I were talking about cryptos, and they shut down my entire channel. So we'll hope that we can behave ourselves today. We're glad you guys are all here and joining us, and give us a really quick favor for us. Just like this video, share it. Let's get some more people in the community and to join the live chat. So make sure you turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. So I'll be right back with that troublemaker, Johnny Litecoin. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the troublemaker, Johnny Litecoin. How are you doing, Johnny?
What's up, Lisa? How you doing this week?
Oh, it's been a little crazy. I've been really excited, though. A lot of the community stayed with us and came over to the new channel, and I had a lot of support from Bitcoin Ben, from Bix, from Jean-Claude. Lots of people have just been reaching out, Crypto Rich, and some people on the influencers Telegram chat. And I'm just really grateful for all the support. And it's kind of exciting watching. We really have an active chat now, and like a lot of people are really engaging. So I don't know. Maybe sometimes things happen for a reason, right? So.
Yeah, it shows how your show and the chat and the communities kind of went beyond that channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You formed something greater, which is amazing. So, like, all things that seem bad at first have something good that comes out of them.
That's a great point. Yeah. It's been really cool. I've had a lot of people reach out to me that do watch the show, and they've decided to support me on Patreon to help kind of fill that gap where we had that monetization before. And then with that, I've gotten to chat with them directly. So I don't know. There's a bunch of wins to this situation. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for sure.
Absolutely. Well, it shows. I'm actually wearing a shirt today that says decentralized. It shows why we need things to be decentralized.
Right. So if you guys aren't already following me on Odyssey, if you will do that, you can, I upload every show right after we go live on Odyssey. I'm trying to learn how to do the live streaming on Odyssey. It's a little glitchy, but we're working on it. And then hopefully we can move over there and you guys earn crypto for watching the show, and I make crypto for uploading and streaming the shows. So ultimately that's the kind of situation that we need to be in if we're in this new attention economy, you know?
Yeah. And it kind of goes with the whole thing of multiple streams of income, attention economy, and it's you need to decentralize yourself.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it goes back to what I say about I tell everyone quit your job, but don't go out and do it tonight, but have a plan to quit your job and try to think of these like multiple streams of income coming in. And it kind of is a way to like decentralize yourself, because we need to decentralize everything, because that takes the power out of people's hands. Look right now, people's employers are literally telling them what to do.
Yeah. No, okay. Someone very close to me recently made a significant health choice that may have hurt them greatly, and it breaks my heart, and it was from the pressure of their job.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, do we really not get that they see us as slaves, that we are, and that's where I think that's such a strong point where you're saying to decentralize even our income, so that you can walk away from nothing can have that power over you if you have multiple streams of income.
And then you have power over them. Because if you have
Right.
multiple streams of income, if all your eggs aren't in one basket, you're not so tied to that thing. Now you can use that stream for your benefit. And that way, basically, when you have multiple streams of income and you decentralize yourself, it has to be good for all parties. That's kind of where everybody wins. And I feel
Right.
like they've
That
tried
free
to pull it.
market.
They want everybody to be a W-2 employee.
Mhm.
And that to me seems really risky. And I always said, when you go for mortgages and stuff, they say, oh, it's much safer if you have this W-2 income. So I always say, well, it's the opposite of what they say. So it's actually much
Right.
riskier if you have that, because then if you fart the wrong way, that employer could say, oh, you farted in a meeting. We're sorry. We have to let you
Yeah.
go. You know what I mean? So,
Well, that's the same thing as this card that they're coming up with
yeah.
that gives you permission to travel. It's actually the reverse. You're actually entering yourself into a system of tracking that you're submitting to their authority. That the fact that they are saying they're giving you permission to travel when you have a
You already
God-given right
have
to
that.
freedom.
So it's
Right.
you know, exactly. People are just, you know, how you could see people hand over their freedom so fast is a scary thing, and that's why I feel like decentralization is the key to it all, because it's the more decentralized and it goes into everything, money, power. It's just like your job, your income streams. It's just like I feel like decentralization in almost everything is good.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, it's that whole free market thing that Bix talks about. Um, it's just, and it really, one thing you talk about a lot is that, like, if we have a free market and have decentralization, then it causes the product, whether that's banking or payment systems or whatever that is, for them to rise up and deliver a good product. It holds them accountable. So it's kind of the best, instead of having all these regulations that we're seeing people put on, and someone gave them a license, which means they basically bribed them or paid them off to get their license to be approved for something. Let the market approve by creating a great product and a great service. So yeah, I think decentralization is huge and definitely benefits the people in that way.
Totally benefits the people because, like you said, we could put pressure on the centralized institutions and companies to give us a better product, to give us a better service, and in a lot of things, centralized companies can deliver a better product or a better user experience on the front end because they can make things faster, more fluid, more efficient. The problem is always at what cost. And if there's
Mm.
no decentralized options out there, they become too powerful. So it's great that we have this like system of checks and balances in place now with decentralization and decentralizing money. So
Yeah, that goes right to, us, what we went through and what we're trying to rebuild. And because there's such a centralized monopoly of power on these different platforms, it's not that whole, they can't use the argument, well, you could go to another platform. The volume's not there. The community's not there. And that's one of the things I really want to stress to people. And we know that we have, a big following of freedom lovers and people that recognize their sovereignty. And so one of the things we can do is start building up those decentralized platforms like Odyssey. Um, that seems to be the most like user friendly one, at least for me. I've been on a couple others. Well, I'm still posting to BitChute, Red Pill, um, Minds, Rumble. Oh my goodness, I can't remember all of them. I tried doing D Live. I couldn't figure out D Live.
I guess it's let's let the free market win. I think a lot of
Mhm.
platforms are gonna come about in the next couple of years. and we're really at the beginning. And the cool thing is with us doing these shows and podcasts, being on different things and streaming and putting content out on different platforms, we're really in on the ground floor of this new web that's being built. I mean, it's exciting. There's going to be a lot of opportunities for people to make money, investment opportunities, but you're also just at the forefront of building something new and new beginnings. And like I always say, we can't go back, forget what was, because I feel like it's too far gone. We just got to try to build new and keep going forward and striving forward, I guess.
Yeah, and definitely those the collaboration that can happen in a free market as well. I want to give a huge shout out to John Kim. He was one of the first people to call me when I lost the monetized channel, and he's like, that's it, come on, you've been there for me, I'm going to be there for you. And he had me on with Ben Askren, who Ben knew nothing of my story or anything, so it was really cool, and we had a great interview. And I think that's the other place where in this free market and with these decentralized platforms, the community can choose to build each other up, and we can really, link arms and bring everyone with us. And so I think that's a huge part of decentralization.
Yeah, the community in a decentralized network, the community is the power. In a centralized network, the big institution or the big company is the power. So it's it's really in these times, it's the community can come help lift each other up and support each other, and it's an awesome thing to see. And just how, like we were saying before, your channel and the chat that we have and everything, it's a great, this group of friends, and it's like, it's just awesome. It's like family that comes every week to watch the show, and it's just such a cool thing. It goes beyond YouTube or whatever platform,
Right. Definitely. Well, and I'm seeing that, I'm seeing the fam here on multiple platforms in the comments. And I've been checking comments on Odyssey. And then, like I said, several have joined my Patreon. So then I'm able to message them and I can comment with them. And I'll even see them then on, Bitcoin Ben's Patreon or in the chat. And so it's just really encouraging to see that decentralized group of people saying, we got you, and that we're all linking arms during this time. And, we're not going to give up. We're going to keep moving forward. So it's exciting. I know we were going to talk Litecoin payments and all that, but I think the decentralized thing is so important. And I know we don't have much time today.
It ties in with Litecoin payments, so let's bridge it into Litecoin.
Okay. All right. We can do a couple minutes on Litecoin payments.
So
if you have some.
A lot of people probably been noticing there's been the LTC Pay. There's been tweets coming from different people associated with Litecoin about LTC Pay. So what this is, guys, if you've heard of like BTC Pay Server, this is a way, again, to do this with Litecoin, but it's a gateway. Where in a gateway, what that is, gateway is an easy way to take payments, but most gateways that can plug into website shopping carts so you can check out and pay with Litecoin or pay with cryptos, most of those gateways are centralized options. While that's great and all that, it makes it easy to pay with cryptos, they can still censor us. If we really want to get to decentralized, we have to have the decentralized tools in place. So this LTC Pay is a gateway that, again, you're holding your own private keys. There's no fees, and you can spin up your own server and run this. So really, that makes it where if you're in a business or industry type that the powers to be don't want, and they want to censor that business and the payments in it, which there's a lot of businesses where they don't like them for payments. Doesn't matter if it's legal or doesn't matter if it's legal or not. even if it's legal, the payments industry just says, hey, we don't like it, we don't want it. They
Right.
kind of go on
Right.
their own set of rules.
Well, that's happening a lot with CBD products, which those are legal nationally, but even that, you're having problems with payment processors, and the banks don't really understand it, and so they just don't want to take the risk at all. Um, so it's really, I mean, kind of a form of discrimination. They're willing to refuse services because of their ignorance, you
My
know?
guess is you'll see it hit the firearms industry soon too, where they'll try to block them out of the payment system,
Hmm.
and then that's a big industry. And then you're talking about a freedom loving crowd that would really benefit from something like this. So the key is that products like this, these decentralized options, you know, liquidity is key. In order to be a world of money, you have to be available on a lot of exchanges and all the easy to use apps. And that's what makes something like this LTC Pay a viable option. You know, any crypto in theory can build a product like this. But if the crypto is not easy to get, right, then how good is it as a world of money for people to pay with? So the important thing is right now that Bitcoin and Litecoin, pretty much anywhere in the world you are, you can get your hands on Bitcoin or Litecoin
Right.
in multiple different ways, multiple different apps, whether it's with cash, credit card, checking account, in person, phone app, computer login. So it's that's again, then when people can actually hold their own private keys, which we have all those good solutions built. There's a lot of great software for people to hold their own private keys for crypto, like Exodus Wallet, Light Wallet, um, tons of different products like that. The problem is most people coming into crypto won't understand why they need to use those
Right.
products. And that's when certain issues hit the masses, then people have the see the need for things. So it's only when it kind of hits you
Yeah,
personally that
I'm telling you, I mean, that seems to be the theme of the week. And in my own self, I knew better. I knew better. I knew to have backup channels. Thankfully, Odyssey had started a backup channel for me a while back, and I've been somewhat engaging with it. But now I see the value in it so much once you get deplatformed. And but it had to get painful for me to do the work. I spent all weekend and I've spent hours this week finding new platforms, finding ways to upload. And until it gets painful, unfortunately, people just really aren't, myself included, aren't motivated to find those options. So
we're
I think we need
we're
that in
all
everything.
guilty of it, and we all, I guess, we do it from a crypto perspective because crypto is really important to us. So that's what we're focused on. But then I guess it feels like using different platforms. We want to go where the most people are to get the message out the most,
Sure.
and then we default to what's easiest to use. So it's just human nature. I mean, I see it in the payments business. We'll tie this in again with Litecoin payments. Why would people default to use the centralized option over this LTC Pay? Well, if the centralized option, I guess, is easier to use, then people will default to using that. People always go to what's easy,
Right.
what they have the habit of doing. But it's the cool thing is the crypto community charges forward, and they do build the decentralized options for us all to use, which is really cool because it's you don't see that in any other industry. You just see kind of companies putting products out for people to use. And in
Hmm.
crypto, you do see the community putting products out that because stuff's open source. And
Right.
so it's definitely a very unique thing to be part of. Um, and to be witnessing. Just even from like a human behavior dynamic, it's cool.
Yeah, and we can all contribute with that open source option there. Not everyone's a coder, but even like some of these platforms have been really responsive when I'm asking them questions about, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or can you tweak this? Or, have you guys thought about if, because like the Odyssey platform, I think you can click and go live, but then only from that platform is what I'm understanding, but I'm not 100% sure if somebody can clear that up. But I was asking some questions in the community, and they were like, oh, yeah, I didn't realize, you're using streaming software and hitting multiple platforms. And then they had another solution. So there's just been a lot of that. Decentralized support from the community. So I think that's another really positive thing about all of this, and the payment system as well. I mean, having that option, like you said, of Litecoin Pay, and it will progress. Part of the other thing that everybody should give themselves a little pat on the back is when we're running into these things that are hiccups or bumps, and you're saying like, "Whew, that was tough for me." Newbies are really going to have trouble with that. That just shows you how early we're in this, and I know it's going exponentially fast. And Uncle Cliff's seeing this summer is probably the big mass adoption, if it hasn't already started to kick off. But we're all in so early. We should be really proud that we're part of building and growing the crypto community.
And when the prices are higher, there's larger market caps, and crypto becomes less volatile in general. So, like right now with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's pretty stable.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. I mean, it moves. It's kind of it's been moving in a range of about $2,000 or so, give or take. I guess say it's been moving between like 56 and like 60K, right? So say 58,000 is like the median between that. $2,000 either direction on around a $60,000 Bitcoin. That's only a little over 3%. That's not a big swing at all. So if you look at it and you go back to when Bitcoin was at $6,000, if it were to drop $2,000, now you're talking about a massive drop. You're talking about like a 35%.
Right. Right.
Or if it goes, then if it goes up $2,000 from 4,000, now you're talking about a 50% gain.
Yeah.
It's definitely as the pools of money get bigger, it becomes more stable, which is key for being a world money, key for decentralization, because we don't have to rely on the centralized institutions to convert back into their system. People will more confidently just hold Litecoin and Bitcoin, so maybe swap back and forth in a decentralized manner, and that will make all this actual decentralization thing more of a definitely a lot more of a reality. And it goes back to kind of my old theory that in the future, like the big cryptos like Bitcoin and Litecoin, you won't see people trading them at all. They'll be way
Right.
too stable. They'll be stores of value, and you'll see people trading fiat currencies like they trade cryptocurrencies today.
Interesting. So the whole narrative flips. This is that trading economics website that you gave me the link to. And when we first looked at it just a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or two ago, it was this gentle rise that you're seeing where the M1 money supply is being printed a little more, a little more, a little more. And then this is what has populated just, I mean, I don't know when that video was that you first showed me that, but it couldn't have been that a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Um, and now we've had this huge spike. Talk about where the instability and the volatility, it is like it's all being turned on its head. And so I love that you really explained how as Bitcoin gains volume, it becomes more and more stable. And then that's going to leave these dirty fiat, really volatile.
Yeah, I love you brought up this M1 money supply chart again, because you know, you can't lie with numbers. Numbers paint the picture, and prices will have to rise to meet this M1 money supply.
Mhm.
And you know, they slowed down the velocity of money with the thing that everyone's wearing the masks for. That's why I feel like that thing came about, was so they could do exactly this. They needed to increase the M1 money supply dramatically, decrease the velocity of money to solve the repo problem that hit in September of 2019. So those numbers, you know, it's hard to argue when you look at those charts of the repo market, September 2019, the spike in the overnight rate, this M1 money supply chart. And then if you look at the velocity of money, the velocity of money went the opposite direction of the M1 money supply. So you
Mhm.
hear a lot of these deflationists out there. They say, oh, there's not going to be major inflation because they say we haven't had it yet. And they point to 2008, the QE that was done, right?
Mhm.
The issue is that the money didn't hit the people then. So now
Right.
they call fiscal stimulus with these stimulus checks, which the stimulus checks is just the precursor for universal basic income that's coming.
Mhm.
So we're going to see a dramatic rise in prices, and it's coming, and I predict that it's really going to hit hard, and you know, you're really going to start to see it next year, like next summer. This year should be good. So don't let this year be a head fake and fake everybody out. Um, there's a boom going on right now. Seeing businesses, there's a lot more spending going on. These
Interesting.
public, so times are good right now, and you're not going to see you know, you're not going to see the instant shock and the price rise just yet in everything. So it's still going to be kind of hidden a little bit, but you're really going to start to see it in 2022 because they're going to keep having to do more of the stimulus checks and all that.
Wow. I was really hoping it wouldn't take that long, but I know there were some things that you could see in the future kind of happening, but then I remember when I found that article about I think it was the custodial bank wallets, um, that you were like, "Whoa, they're moving this up," or maybe it was the Fed Now thing. I can't remember.
It was the
Um,
Fed Now thing of the
okay.
Fed Now is like instant settlements. So when like the system settles, and this is actually a cool thing to bring up. What makes Bitcoin so unique and Litecoin so unique? They settle all day long. Bitcoin has final settlement approximately every 10 minutes. Litecoin is final settlement approximately every 2.5 minutes
Right.
in a decentralized manner. The Federal Reserve System settles overnight, and they're trying to speed that up with this Fed Now process to do more of an instant settlement. And I guess that would be to plug in the central bank digital currencies. You can't
Mhm.
plug a central bank digital currency into a settlement system that settles once a day. It's like trying to plug.
Because
Uh,
they would have a double spend or could have a double spend in that case. Is that the
it's just
reason?
not. It's not compatible. It's like trying to plug a internet-based system into something that's not running the internet yet.
Okay.
So that's kind of like a way to think about it. So that's why that's coming, and you know, that'll actually be, that's another thing. So think of it as that Fed Now project as something that's probably going to be good for the consumer, because right now when you get money funded through like the credit card system, it could take days to fund.
Mhm.
Wires are slow. Money that gets ACH is slow. So if you ACH money into an exchange, a stock exchange, and it's the weekend, a holiday, it's not going to get there for a while. So if they do move to more of an instant settlement system, it's going to give a better user experience for us. So that is a good thing, that, and you could look at it as, hey, did crypto cause this? Because crypto is better technology. So did they put pressure on the system to go to more of this instant settlement? So that would be kind of like a thing I'd point to say, hey, look what we've done in the Bitcoin and crypto world to put pressure on them now to give
Okay.
us kind of a better product and service.
Well, that's good. That sounds like a win for crypto over the bad guys, the
We
system.
all wins, small battles win the war, I guess.
That's so true, so true. Well, I won't keep you today. I know you've got a lot going on. I just wanted to really jump on here and make sure that we show up for the community. So if you guys are in the chat, please give us a like, share this video. Let's teach some people about the value of decentralized community, decentralized currency, and everybody go out there and buy some more Litecoin for sure. So
Absolutely. Keep your eyes on Litecoin, guys. I don't talk price, but a lot of traders are talking about Litecoin right now. I mean,
mhm.
I'm seeing traders all over, big YouTube shows, Data Dash, who's Nicholas Merton. He was at the Litecoin Summit and that blockchain week that was there. He just put
Okay.
out a great video about Litecoin, but a lot of people are putting it. So there's a lot of noise about Litecoin. Guys, I focus on the products, the payments, but all the noise I'm hearing, I don't know. I'd be taking a look at some Litecoin if I was you guys.
Definitely. I love Litecoin and I think we've got a bright future ahead with it. And just the fact that it's being used on payment systems right now, it's gonna be a leader. It is a leader. So we're gonna have a bright future with that. You guys take care. Thanks again for stopping by. I love all of you guys and we'll see you tomorrow on Happy Hour with Clint Westwood. Let's take care.